Can anyone catch them, do you think?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, unbelievable. We didn't expect that.
As unbelievable as it sounds, this is another Arsenal podcast. That is the Away Gooners podcast. We bring news and reaction from Arsenal fans from all over the world.
Hi everybody. In just like couple more weeks, like the English Premier League is going to start. That means like the Fantasy Premier League will also start. So we are going to start a new series in the Away Gunner podcast, which is mainly focused on the Fantasy Premier League. Today, in the first episode, I'm going to share my draft team and I'll also explain like why I've selected some players which can help you in your team selection. First of all, like in the goalkeeper department, like many people go with different option. One is like premium goalkeepers, like say Ederson or Allison, for example. People go and take them and they forget. Like it's just like they take them and they don't change them at all. The second option is like people go with rotating goalkeepers who have good fixtures. Like say for example, there will be two goalkeepers who will be regularly like you can rotate them based on their fixtures, and they will always have like one easy fixture in a particular game week. Such kinds of goalkeeper are called as rotational goalkeepers. So that's another strategy many people will go, and these rotational goalkeepers will be of the price 4.5 and 4.5 mainly. The third option is like people go with like a regular goalkeeper in 4.5 or 5, and then like they go with their backup goalkeeper, so that like if they get injured for some reason or they cannot play for some reason, their backup goalkeeper will automatically come in. The fourth option which people go is like try to identify like who will be the next Pope in the last 2 years before, or like in the last year who was the next Fabianski. People who can get you maximum points, and these can be achieved by two ways. One is like by number of clean sheets, and other is like more number of saves. So what I have done is like I've gone with this option, and I feel Meslier is the goalkeeper, the Leeds goalkeeper will be the goalkeeper this year who can get the maximum points. He can be the Fabianski of this season. The reason being is if you see the second half of last year, he had like a lot more clean sheets, and with Leeds defense having a lot of injuries last year, and like having more people now like coming back from injuries, like is one reason why he'll have more clean sheet this year. And the other thing is like because of the attacking style of play Leeds have, Meslier has like lot of save points, and this also resulted in a lot of bonus points for him. So I expect him to be the goalkeeper like who's going to get maximum points. So I've gone with him. It's like set and forget goalkeeper. So he will always start for me. At the moment, I don't have any goalie with like from Leeds as like my second goalie, because like Leeds have just one goalie registered in the system. If the new goalie comes and he's like 4.0, I will like add him in the second goalie. But if it is not, I will put any of the 4.0 goalie just like for a bench fodder. And then that's the goalkeeper sorted out. Like, and that's the reason why like I've gone with this. If you're going for a 4.5 and a 4 pair, like you can go for like Watford or like let me show you like a common thing which the team people go for. Brighton goalie, that is a template that is going on now. It is like Sanchez and Steele. That's what like a couple of weeks before the template team had Sanchez and Steele. But now like with the signing of the new additional goalie, like this is becoming a little bit of risk. But this was a template goalie because of Brighton's clean sheet. So that has got replaced now by Watford, like people who are going for 4.5 and a 4 goalie from the same team. The preferred choice now is like Watford team, where the backman is the primary goalie and Foster is the secondary goalie. If you're planning for an 8.5 goalie thing, you can always go for backman and Foster. So these are the two common template goalies that is happening at the moment. Now let us come to the defense. Like I've gone with two criteria. One is like defenders who are generally fullback, and the second is like depending upon the fixture. See, the idea behind any of my draft team at the beginning of the season is I always try to at least have the team for like 8 to 10 weeks, like without wildcarding my team. But there are occasions where I wildcarded in the third or fourth week also. But the plan will always be starting like I should have a team which should not need much change at least for 8 to 10 weeks. And that's what I've done. Like I've gone with players who are nailed starters as well as like whose fixtures are relatively easy. For example, if you take Everton, and if you see the fixtures, like they don't have much tough game in the first 11 weeks, except for United. So that is one reason why I've gone for an Everton defender, in particular a fullback Digney, who can like get clean sheet points as well as attacking points. And the same goes for Alexander Arnold too. After that, like I have to decide like who's going to be my like low budget defenders who can help me, because like with the premium players you cannot have more than like 2 3 in your entire like entire team, depending upon how you are going to form your team. So I had to go for some cheapies, and one of them is like Ben White. If he stays in Brighton, Brighton got like huge like what to say, like defensive points last year. But if he moves to Arsenal, it's again like you get a cheap defender in Arsenal for that price range. So I've gone for White as one of my choice. The other choice is like Kofol, and Kofal is like a defender playing for West Ham. West Ham have good fixtures, like relatively, and he was also like having good points last year too, like when they had that good season. So that is one of the reason I've gone for Kofal, and Kofal is like cheaper than Cresswell, who's at 5.5 and who gives relatively good points. See, this is again just an example. Like there are a lot of 4.5 defenders from various teams, like who are all like worth taking in your team. For example, let me show you. 4.5. Like you can try to take Luke Ayling from Leeds, or you can even like try to take from Wolf, like Alt Nuri, like who plays in a wingback position now. Like so, he can become like a Dougherty for Wolves this season. Like if he's playing in that position, and there was also like scenarios in the preseason where like he was playing a left midfield, which means like he's playing out of position, which is always good because if he does an assist or a goal, like he get more points than like a midfielder. So that kind of advantage you get with players like Alternary, and there are like a lot of other options too, like 4.5. The common template again like is like many people take for fun this season, and like let me show you that also, like with both the goalkeepers and the defenders, like I'll show you. So like TAA and Robertson are some common pictures, and Luke Shaw is like another good person based on last season and his recent current form. Like the past, Luke Shaw always showed good things, but like he was injury prone. But last entire season, he was like more fit. So many people have gone for that, but again, Luke Shaw is coming back from Euros and he has a slight injury in Euro too. So I expect him not to start for a couple of weeks. So I've gone with Digne, and if Digne fails, Luke Shaw is an easy direct replacement for him. And then, as I said about Cresswell and Kofel and White, like why people take them. And then another interesting player at 4.5 is like Lamptey. He was really good for Brighton last year when he played as right back. But the thing is, like he was injured and like he didn't play after like for the second half of the season. So it will be interesting to see like what will be his position this year. I've not gone for Chelsea defenders much because many of them are coming from Euros or like other tournaments, so I'm not sure like how will they will be rotated. During my first wild card, definitely there will be a Chelsea player as well as there will be City players. I haven't got much City players too. And then I've gone for a 4.0 defender Manculo. He may not start, it's just like a bench border. See, the idea in every team is like I have to 12, 13 players like whom you can rotate and play regularly, and the remaining two players like just like to save money. So that's how I've gone with my team. Another player with the recent signing of Varane, Manchester United, like Shah as well as Van Bissaka, or even Maguire and Varane, they all will be like good options in defense. So that's again another thing we'll have to see in. But at the moment, because I want to take Shah mainly from United for both his attacking and defensive ability. But with Shah's starting really doubtful at the beginning of the season, I've gone for technique. So that's about with the defenders, and I'll also show you like how the goalkeepers are being taken. This will give you people have gone for Martinez, and then as I said, like they have gone for Sanchez, Foster because of his 4.0, and then the biggies like Ederson and this thing. So if you see like Sanchez, as I said, is a template team, but like you can see more number of people starting to take Buchanan. So earlier it was very less, but now if you see. This ownership is picking up. Let me check that. Okay. One other thing which I wanted to highlight from this is looks like this season Anderson will be the number one goalkeeper for United. So if you're going for a United defense or a double up, you generally take Anderson too. And one other thing many people have started doing is like earlier they had both like Sanchez as like keeper. The other reason why people stopped taking Sanchez is also because they took White when another Brighton defender like for the clean sheet points, but like he doesn't want to double up like a goalie and a defender. So that is also a reason why Sanchez has been like replaced by many players. So with the defense and goalkeeper sorted out. Like it's your midfield and your forwards. Like that's where you can do. And generally, right, like you can take two premiums here. Very rarely you can take three. If you're going to take three, it will have a big impact on your other players in the team. So I've gone with two players. One is like Salah, the other one is like Fernandez. So these are my two premium picks. There are other premium picks like say KDB, Kane, or even Son for that matter can be a premium pick. Auba, like there are a lot more players. But I've gone with these two people because of the pictures and like they will start immediately too. And then for the remaining players, I've gone for Torres from this thing with Aguero leaving and Jesus not doing like that good as a striker for City. I think Torres will be the player who can do the maximum thing for them this season, and he's good at goal scoring too. So I expect him to score maximum points. Like he could be the midfielder of the season for the price point. I'm not saying for the maximum point. Like when you compare price to points ratio, I think he will be one of the top guys. So I've gone for Torres from City. Because City, whatever be the fixture list or whatever be the teams they are playing against, they will definitely try to score goals. So that's why I've gone with the City asset. And then Rafinha is like at 6.5, but if you're having some shortage of money, you can also go for a 6% what to say Let me get a name for him from the Leeds. You have Addison. Yeah. Like you have Addison at six. Who can add more value to your team. But the only catch there is like when he was doing good things last season, he was part of loan to Leeds, and this year he's a complete signing. When people are in loan, they want to prove a lot, so that could be a reason for his performance last year. But if you see the money wise, right, or like points wise, right, like both Allison and Rafinha, they are very close. Rafinha is like point 0.5 price higher, but then like both have like equal like points per minutes ratio, so both can get equal number of points. So that being said, like this is like just few people. Like there are a lot of people in that 7.5 range whom you can go. Let me show you those things also. I'll go with the 7.5 to give you that information. See, Afina, people have gone for Mount. You can also go for Saka, or if you want to take it from Aston Villa, you can go for Bundia too. Like Bundia is the best player in the championship itself last season, and then like you have people like Madison, Souza, and if you want to like Firmino, I'm not sure like whether he's fit to start this season, so you can always go for Jota, who is like the only issue with Jota is like his game time. But other than that, like he's a consistent point scorer. So you can also go with Jota too. And from the Arsenal team, like you can go for Emile Smith Rowe also, because Saka might not start at the beginning of the season, and Emile Smith Rowe might be the only creative force for the first couple of weeks. So you can go for him also. Or like if you want a well-established player in City, you can go for Gundogan too. And then, like, if you want to go for teams from the outside the top 10, you can go for players like Zaka, James Ward-Prowse, and these kind of players who regularly gives you huge points. But I've gone with Rafinha and Torres just by gut instinct. But this is an area where like you can swap it and like you can play around. Yeah. And then I've gone for a 4.5 CP Brownhill. Brownhill generally started most of the games last season, so I've gone with a definite starter there. Because if somebody doesn't play, like he will come into my team. And my team will be or mostly it will be like a 3-4-3 or a 4-4-3-3. That's the way the team will line up most of the weeks, and that is why I picked this team. And in strikers, since I cannot get big premium strikers there, I've gone for three strikers who are like nailed on and who are like little bit cheap. So I've gone with Watkins because the Villa fixtures for the first few weeks are like really good, which you can see from here. And like if he fails, there are a lot of other strikers in 7.5 whom I can easily move from the fourth week, because from the fourth week the fixtures get tough for them. And the other striker is like Calvert-Lewin, again because of good fixtures for Everton, as I showed with Digne. And the third person is like Tony. He is like the number one striker in Brentford, and he takes up penalties also for his team, and he misses a lot, but like he also tries a lot to score, which means like for a cheap 6 point striker, like I get a good return person. But in case if he fails, I have like a lot more other options whom I can easily change later. Let me go to the forwards and I'll show you for this price range. I'll go even like 7.5 to show like what will be the replacement for Watkins. Like I can replace him with Antonio like after the third week, depending upon how fit he is. Or I can go for Wilson also, who has like good fixtures, but I'm not sure how will Newcastle play. So I haven't gone for Wilson. And Richarlison might be back at that time, after his Olympics, and he might be starting to play around that time. So I can replace Dominic DCL and bring Richarlison also. And then I can also get like many of these strikers, like say Mope from Brighton, he's our only striker, or I can go for Pereira from Watford, like who is also an interesting prospect. May not get much points, but like he's an interesting prospect. And depending upon who else comes from the various other team, I can go for like say for example King at 5.5 or Hianacho at like 7.5. Like so, there are a lot of options whom we can play around and get it. And say if Tony fails, I can even also take Pookie from Watford. Like Pookie in the past, like has done really good. Sorry, not from Watford, Pookie from Norwich. Like he has done like really good in the past. So I might go for him also. So this is like just like an idea about my team. Like there are other lot more things which you can do. Say for example, like Rashford is not might do a surgery for Manchester United, which means like you can even go for Greenwood in midfield at 7.5 because now the chances of him starting is like huge. There are people like Sancho, like who can like add more value to your team. Can even go for people like Pepe, like and who will definitely start for Arsenal this season. So there are like a lot more options for you to take from the forwards as well as from the midfield. But I've gone with the fixture that is going to happen and with my gut instinct. This is my team at the moment. But again, with like another 2 weeks to go, and anything can happen in between, like some new signings or like some more updates about the team, the preseason form, everything can change my team. If I'm changing my team, like I'll share you a second draft of my team also in the coming days. So this is basically like an what to say idea of like how you can create your teams and like some information. Please give your feedback about this initiative as well as like give your thoughts about what kind of player you will play or your lineups too. And we will try to like find out like which is like a best lineup. Like we can even like invite you to this podcast and we can discuss your team also. So let's play FPL and have a lot of fun this year. Thanks everyone.